Welcome back. So you may have noticed Bitcoin making headlines recently after the company saw a surge hitting a new all-time high. And on top of that, tech giant Tesla now getting involved, driving up more interest. So we're going to break this all down. We're going to navigate the complex world of cryptocurrencies. Joining us now, Andreas Park, professor of finance with the University of Toronto Mississauga campus. Good morning to you, Andreas.
Morning, Melanie. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us here. So sometimes we feel bad for our friend Mike Apple, who explains things to us, and we say, okay, we need more. And this is where you come in. So the idea of cryptocurrency, why is it so significant right now? What is cryptocurrency?
Well, the idea is essentially to have a digital representation of what makes cash, right? So when you have cash, you give me your money, give me a bill, and that's it. There's no third party in between. And what cryptocurrencies or Bitcoin tries to do at its core is just replicate that in the digital world so giving money from one party to another without a bank or a credit card company and the like. It's a pretty cool idea.
It is interesting. So let's stay with this board here, and we've one of our producers has prepped this. So what is cryptocurrency? So again, existing in those computer networks, and it takes away the middle person, right? So the payments are going directly without going through an institution, right? A financial institution.
That is correct, yes.
So why is that significant?
Well, it removes frictions at the first stage, right? So it allows you to, to have these transactions without having to need for a bank. Banks actually take a fair cut of payments, right? So if you're a merchant, depending on if people pay with their credit card, you pay anywhere as a merchant between 1 to 3 or even more % of the revenue that you have. And for some, low margin merchants, that's a huge difference.
So is it also a bit volatile? Does it make it a bit dangerous?
Well, that is actually one of the problems that we see with the way cryptocurrencies work, is that they are basically free floating against normal currencies. And so then the prices can fluctuate quite widely. Now, one has to be careful, though, because there are already solutions out there where you have literally digital dollar representations on the underlying technology, so you can pay in US dollars.
Okay, so when you're looking at cryptocurrencies and you're looking at all these stocks, as Mike tries to explain to us every day in the role, we're seeing Tesla driving up some interest. You're seeing with Shopify and all of this. So how does this all pan together? How does this all tie together, I should say?
Well, the Tesla's move is a little strange, and I got to be honest with you, I'm not really that excited about Bitcoin. It's a bit of a one-trick pony, right? Because the only thing that you can do with this is payments. They're much cooler ideas out there. There's Ethereum, which has actually been developed in Toronto by a Torontonian, Vitalik Buterin and his team. And with that, it's basically have programmable money. So you can have, conditional payments that you can have. You can actually take loans out without a bank, all of these things. So, there's basically this entire subculture developing of applications, of finance applications that work on a decentralized network. All of this is done essentially without having the need, again, for a huge banking operation behind that. That's exciting. Obviously, there's lots of concerns. It's also, if you ask me, still in the experimental stage, but it's coming and things are happening. If I may say one more thing.
Yeah, please.
Every single high school in Toronto has a Bitcoin club or a blockchain club, actually, not Bitcoin. Bitcoin's not very interesting, but a blockchain club. So the young kids are all into it.
I'm definitely not a young kid, so that's why I have no idea what they're talking about. But no, you're right in that if we're looking at this being the future, it's interesting that they're learning about it now and understanding how it plays a role in the grand scheme of things. Andreas, appreciate you breaking this down for us. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
All right, take care of yourself. It is 6:22 right now. You're watching Breakfast Television. The oldest living person in Europe has recovered from COVID-19 just before celebrating a big birthday, well, into the hundreds. We're going to tell you what that number was after the break.